Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
Because Megumi had left earlier, Ruri had to invite Nobara to watch a movie with him. Nobara didn't want to watch a movie about a worm, let alone one that was so bland and horrible, so the two parted ways. Meanwhile, at the Sorcerer College, the two special sorcerers, Toto and Mai, were nominating the people they thought deserved to become grade 1 sorcerers. Nobara was being followed by a suspicious girl. She came to ask because she saw Nobara go with Ruri, thinking they had some deep hatred or something. But no, Nobara implied that this girl used to study with Ruri, and even liked him too. It's just that she was a bit chubby at that time, so she didn't have the courage to confess. So she was very upset because right after that, she saw Ruri disappear without a trace. She didn't even have time to ask for his contact number. As soon as she knew that she had offended this rare guy, Ruri, Nobara immediately asked for help. The girl saw Nobara care about Ruri so much, she thought Nobara had some intention with him. But no, it must be repeated 3 times. Even if all the people in the world hugged each other and danced lambada, she would never fall for that stupid guy. After saying this, Nobara suddenly felt a pain in her chest. Could it be? Never mind. She couldn't think of that terrifying possibility. Finally, the person she called for help also appeared. After explaining the situation to Megumi, he quickly caught on and got to work. To say it, Megumi saw that Ruri didn't have a girlfriend yet, not to mention his weird taste. He also saw that Ruri had a poster of a swimsuit model in his room. Who would still do that if they had a lover? Besides, if Megumi remembered correctly, Ruri once said that his preference for women was tall, right? As soon as they heard this point, Nobara and the girl decided right away, boldly invited Ruri to this cafe. Seeing him ignore the girl's messages, they thought Ruri was very cold, but it turned out that Ruri was just standing in front of the shop's door, so he didn't reply to the messages anymore. At this point, Nobara suddenly realized a fatal mistake. This girl looked too different from when they were in school together. If Ruri didn't recognize her, wouldn't that hurt her feelings a lot? But Ruri just glanced and recognized that it was Orwa. This moved her so much. Memories of when they were in school came back. At that time, she accidentally heard the boys ask Ruri if he had to choose one person to like, who would he choose? His answer at that time was her. In the eyes of other classmates, Orawa was just a fat pig, but Ruri found her handwriting and eating style beautiful and charming. Hearing this, Orawa's heart was moved. She hated all boys except Ruri, but before she could confess, he had transferred to another school. At that time, Orawa was shy and didn't dare to confess, but she felt that maybe she had a chance now. After the meeting that day, Orawa had more hope, and Nobara finally realized her feelings for Ruri. It turned out that when she thought about the possibility of that idiot having a girlfriend before her, Nobara's heart hurt and collapsed. That was it. Luckily, she thought she was stuck in a love bug. After sending Orawa away, Ruri also came back. So Nobara made an excuse that girls shouldn't carry things, and gave them all to Ruri to vent her anger. Megumi did the same, who told him he was about to have a girlfriend. He was handsome, but still didn't have a love affair. After a time of playing around, Team 7 finally had to work, because lately the sorcerer and cursed spirits were very rampant. So Master Gojo thought it was time to deal with the spy at the Kyoto school. This time the mission was led by Uta Haim. According to her, with such a deep level of intervention, there must be at least one spy with a rank equal to or higher than the principal. They couldn't touch him, so the target of Team 7 would be the remaining informant. Because none of the others had anything suspicious, by the method of elimination, the current suspect was Mekamaru. His technique was error manipulation, plus the power of the cursed puppet. So his range of control over the puppet was all over Japan. Because of his health problem, Mekamaru had never shown his face, and thanks to that, he could use an unregistered puppet to freely carry out espionage activities without being hindered. Of course, this was just Utaham's speculation. Now Team 7 was breaking into the place where Mekamaru's body was. He seemed to have anticipated this, so he had left already. But the more so, they could be more sure that Mekamaru was the spy. Indeed, in another place, he was having a meeting with the Q group. Every time he met Mekamaru, Mahito could not stand the musty smell coming from his body. He wished he could kill him off, because Geto had bound him to heal his body, and because Mekamaru had contributed to infiltrating for a long time. However, Geto also broke a bond that Mekamaru proposed. That was not to attack the sorcerer of Kyoto school. Although, it was Hanami who did it, but it also made Mekamaru very angry. Seeing him still raising his face, Mahito really wanted to turn Mekamaru into a worm, but if he broke the bond, he did not know what kind of disaster would fall on their heads. So even though he did not want to, he still had to heal Mekamaru's body. For the first time in many years of being a useless guy who only knew how to control puppets, Mekamaru was able to walk on his own legs. Now that the bond was done, he was sure he would have to fight with Mahito. Otherwise, he would not let him escape easily from here. Geto did not find this fun, so he did not join. After fighting for a while, he saw Mekamaru run away. He thought he would have to wait until next time to fight again, but he just let his guard down for a moment, and he was attacked by Mekamaru with full force. The puppet that he used this time looked very impressive, but all the puppets controlled by the sorcerer had one weakness in common. That was the head, because that was where the sorcerer sat and controlled the puppet. Seeing Mahito had lowered the curtain, even blocking the electromagnetic wave, Mekamaru realized that if he could not contact Gojo this time, his life would be over. Although Geto said he would not participate, but after he beat Mahito, it was not certain. Of course, Mekamaru also had his own ace. For 17 years lying still in one place, he had accumulated quite a lot of curse energy. Now Mekamaru just hoped it would help him survive and return to Kyoto School.
Kokichi vows to inform Satoru about the Shibuya plan and him for his protection. However, he plans to deal with Mahito first before going through with those steps.